Hi everybody, welcome back to the Belt and Bond. It's Michelle here, and in today's video we're going to be using the baby NutriBullet to make baby food. So first we're going to start with the pears, and all you need is a cutting board, a knife, and a fruit or vegetable peeler. So to begin with, I'm just taking one pear and I'm using the peeler to peel off the skin. This step is important because I don't include any of the skin from the fruit in my baby's food. So I'm just making sure to peel the top of the pear, then I kind of flip it over and start to peel the bottom of the pear as well. Once it's all peeled, I just take the knife and I cut off the top and the bottom of the pear, and then I'm going to start slicing the pear kind of around the core to get as much of the, fruity part of the pear away. And here I'm cutting as close to the core as possible because I don't like to waste any of the fruit at all. I want to make sure that I use as much as possible to make sure that Scotland, which is my son, gets enough food. So once those have all been cut up, I'm just putting them in a little pot, and then I'm going to add a little bit of water. After doing so, I'm just going to place them on the eye of my stove, and then just turn them on high. So you want to leave the pears on the stove and let them boil a little bit, and here I'm just poking them to make sure that they're very soft. So once they're soft enough to take out, I'm just going to take a spoon that has a little strainer, and I'm just taking a couple of the pears and I'm going to put them in the blending cup that comes along with the baby NutriBullet. So you just screw on the lid really tight. Don't forget to plug up your appliance, and then you're just going to let the NutriBullet do its job. And with pears, once you get them very soft, it's very, very easy for the NutriBullet to just blend them all together. The one thing I like about the NutriBullet is it comes with the little serving cups, and what I was doing just then was turning the date dial so I know what day I actually made his pears. That way I want to make sure that they don't expire and get old. So I did have some other pears left over, so I was able to blend those as well, which is what you see. And then the NutriBullet also comes with a freezer tray, so any extra that I don't want to use at the moment, I can save. So what I'm doing here is just filling up both of the serving trays, and then I'm going to put some into the freezer tray to store for later. And as you see, I don't like to waste any food, and this is your finished product. Nice puree of pears. Next, we're going to be making sweet potatoes, and Scotland loves these. I put the potato in whole, then I just fill up the pot with water, and similar to the pears, I just put it on the stove and let it boil. The stove was on high, and here I'm just kind of poking the sweet potato to make sure that it gets soft. That way it's going to be easier to blend. Once it's all done, I take some tongs because it's obviously really, really hot, and I just put it onto the cutting board. And now I'm going to take the tongs and just start to peel off the skin. It's very easy to peel off because we let it get very, very soft. So after the skin is all peeled off, just like I did with the pear, I'm going to cut off the top and the bottom, and then I'm going to slice it into smaller sections in order to fit it into the NutriBullet and just blend away. Now with these, they are a little bit harder to blend than the pears are, so it takes me a couple of tries and I kind of have to pick it up and shake it around a little bit. But you can also add breast milk to this. So usually when I do sweet peas, I'll add breast milk and it just helps to thin it out a little bit more. But once it's thin, it's very easy to puree. And here I haven't added any spices or anything yet to his food. I just make them, you know, as is, but these are sweet all by themselves, so there's really no spices necessary. So once they're all blended, it's a nice and smooth consistency. So there I'm just stirring it up, making sure that there aren't any chunks, and then I am going to put it in the little storage jars. And with the extra that you see on the counter, I also did blend that out as well, or blend it up, and then I ended up putting that into the freezer for later. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video on making baby food. I didn't end up making the sweet peas, but the process is still the same. Thank you so much for watching.